Hello, everyone. My guest today is Deepak Balakrishna. He has 20 years of experience in product and marketing roles at storage, application, and networking companies. He served in leadership positions at Druva, Riverbed, Sun, AOL, and Netscape, where he launched several products. Deepak has an MBA from UC Berkeley and an MS in computer science from Cornell University. Today, running his new company, Adia.io, which we'll talk about today. Deepak, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Nathan.
All right, very good. Thanks for joining me. Tell me about Adia. What's the company do, and how do you make money?
Sure. So Adia helps enterprises manage and secure their applications in the cloud. Essentially, as companies are moving all of their applications to cloud applications like G Suite, Slack, Office 365, and the like, they're finding out that these are very difficult to manage. IT teams are now strapped because they have to learn 15 new applications. They forget what they've paid for, who's using it, how much they're spending, can they save money. And most of all, data is now spreading across all of these applications, and they're losing track of it. So we help them control this SaaS sprawl. That's what we do.
And what's the pricing look like? Is it a pure play SaaS model?
Yes, it is a pure play SaaS model. So just like every other SaaS application, we are on a per user base. So we charge around $2 to $3 depending on the package that you buy per user per month.
Okay, 2 to 3 per user per month. Now, are you bottoms up? Are you selling to the user first and then they're selling to the company, or you go top down company and then to each employee?
So because we are focused mainly on the mid-market as we start off, typically these are very small IT teams. The director of IT / head of IT is the same guy who buys, he's the same guy who uses it. So typically there's not much difference between the user and the buyer.
Okay, I understand. And what would you say, but I want to get more of the backstory here before you do that, what would you say the average kind of team is paying you per month? Is it 4 seats, 10 seats, 1 seat? What is it?
Oh, no. Our average size is about 50 to 80 seats.
Okay.
So that's the size of the company that's typically looking at us. If you're much smaller than about 30 to 20, let's say about 30 to 40 employees, then you don't really have a problem. You're able to manage all of this. But once you hit about 50 till about 500, that's when you really feel the pain. And that's what we focus on.
So is it fair to say, if a team of 50 is signing up with you at that $2 point, you can say maybe the average logo is paying you, call it $100 a month, something like that?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, give me more of the backstory here. What got you into this? It sounds like you had nice roles and you got to learn a lot at Netscape and AOL and other places. Why'd you quit and jump in as an operator?
So I was in the US for 20 years and I moved back to India about a couple of years ago. I wanted to do something on my own once I did that. And second is my last job was I was selling backup into the cloud. And we were quite successful at that. At the most recent company, Druva, I was running product management for them.
Which company was that?
The company is called Druva. Druva, and we were selling backup from your laptops and your servers into the cloud. I mean, there are big players who do this: EMC, Rubrik, Cohesity, and the like. But more and more, I heard from my customers and my prospects then that backup is great. I mean, that's needed. But more than that, I just need to get control of what's moving to the cloud, just from a management and security perspective. So that got me thinking that there was an open problem here, that especially for the mid-market who cannot afford the big honking tools. And there was an open need there that I wanted to address. So that's what got me into this.
Got it. And so what year was that? When did you launch?
So we launched, so that was initially about 2016. By the time we figured out what we were doing, it was 2017. We literally launched about 4-5 months ago now. So
oh, wow. Good. I love stories like, I always get people on the show that are doing 30, 40, 50, 100 million in ARR. I'm going, this is fun, but it's boring. It's way more fun at the, right when birth just happened, right?
Yes. And it's exciting and scary at the same time. Yeah.
Of course. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you bootstrapped this today kind of with your own money, or have you raised capital?
So bootstrapped with some angel and friends and family. We haven't raised from any VCs yet. No.
So how much total raised from kind of friends, family, angels?
About 250.
About 250,000? Okay.
Yes.
And would you say that's mostly kind of your friends, family in India, or is it stateside, or what's the geographical breakdown?
Almost all stateside. Actually.
Oh, great. Okay.
So we are a US registered firm. And again, given that I was there for all of my life until a couple of years ago, that's where I have all my contacts, and that's what I utilized.
So 27, you get going. 5 months ago, you launched pricing. What are you at today in terms of total customers you're working with?
So we have about 8 paying customers, about similar size number of trials going on as well. So
that's great. So if we take again those 8 customers times each team is about, call it 50 people at $2 a seat. That's about $100 per month per 8 customers. You guys are doing what, about $1,000 per month right now in revenue?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that is
Oh,
exactly.
beautiful place to be, right at the beginning. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me how you got the first 8.
So the first 4 of them were essentially my contacts. So I just reached out to them. They liked what they saw, and they were at companies which were absolutely feeling this problem. After that, we figured out that going through channel partners makes a lot of sense for a company our size. So the next 4 came through channel partners, those who already sell G Suite or Office 365. This became an add-on for them to take to their customers.
You give them a kickback or no?
We do give them a commission, yes.
What, 30%?
20%.
20%. And that's in perpetuity or just on first year ACV?
Actually, it's on perpetuity at this point, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you see a risk in
that again? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the early days, look, it makes a lot of sense. Do whatever you got to do to get the first customer. But at scale, you start going, maybe I shouldn't do perpetuity.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I should look at that again.
Yeah. Now, it's probably too early for this, but do you have a good sense of economics related to these customers yet, related to churn, payback, CAC, things like that, or no?
Unfortunately, you're right. It's a little too early. I have all the spreadsheet to get those numbers. I just don't have enough numbers to fill into that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So it's a little too early to get to that. Yeah.
Yep. Have you lost any customers to date?
No, we haven't lost anyone to date. Again, it's only been about 3-4 months, but we haven't lost anyone.
What are you learning in terms of you sign up one of these first 8 customers? What are you learning and seeing that you have to get them to do in the first day of them paying for the thing for them to stay sticky and happy?
Absolutely. I think we have learned over the past 3 months that the product is awesome, but unless there is a need for them to come back and log into the product every so often, 2-3 times a week, they will lose interest. So we have started putting in a lot more, insights that we send to the customer saying, hey, here's what we learned analyzing your data for the past week or so, right? Mm-hmm. So we keep bombarding them with useful information so that we stay top of mind for them. I think until we started doing that, people started to easily forget about us, even though they buy it and then they leave it on the shelf. So that's the one thing I have learned that we're trying to push into the product.
Is it an okay thing if they buy you, they install you, and then forget about you?
No, that is not a good thing. When the time comes, we are typically doing at this point annual contracts, so it's good. We're prepaid for 12 months typically. But at the end of that, when time comes to renew, it will be a tough sell if they don't continually use the product. So
the reason I ask that is a lot of these prevention-based SaaS products, a lot of them will tend to optimize for things that like consumer-like products optimize for, like time in app. Last time they logged in, monthly active, weekday active. But ultimately, if you're selling them your ability to keep them secure, and they don't hear from you for a whole year, meaning you kept them secure, it's actually potentially a good thing. You just have to keep reminding them that if they didn't have you, bad things would happen. And that's actually, I found that to be actually a very tough thing to do.
Yeah, I think what we're doing is essentially selling insurance, right? Nobody likes it, but it's important. But you have to sign, as you correctly said, is we noticed the following things went wrong in the last week, and here you go, we already corrected it for you, right? So we have to keep constantly reminding of that fact, reminding them of that.
Yeah, so the equivalent would be anyone listening with car insurance. It would be your nationwide emailing you going, hey, you were going 70 and a 60. We saw like last week. Just want to let you know if you crashed, it would have been $3,000. We're saving you from that, right? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So in our specific case, last week we alerted a customer saying that one of their most critical documents had by mistake gotten shared externally to the world. They didn't realize it. We did. We alerted them and fixed it for them and then sent them a mail saying so. Right, and it was all automated. So that was showing useful information where it showed value to them, and we have to keep doing that on a continual basis.
Yep. What are you guys at right now in terms of team size?
5 of us.
5 of you guys, all based in India?
All based in India so far. We have a couple of ISRs. We're bringing on contract ISRs in the US, but so far 5 engineers in India.
And what's the kind of the next phase look like from a capital perspective? Are you anticipating raising capital in the next 6 months? And at what point in terms of your ARR levels will you go out and raise another round?
I'm thinking we actually will be quite okay with even a seed round. Actually, our burn rate is so small. But
what is burn today?
We are burning about 10K a month.
Okay. Yeah.
And we want to take it up to about 20-25 a month. And I think that will be a good place to be. So we want to raise in the next 6 months. Once we have about 15 to 20 paying customers, that's what I would like to see before we get back out there. So not too far out, but maybe 3-4 months out.
So again, just to be clear, you kind of want, call it, you said 50 paying customers, and how much AR do you want to hit before you raise?
No, I said 15.
15,
So 15, 15 to 20. ARR like times 100 per month, as you say. So that works out to about 15K a month.
Yep. Interesting. And what do you, when you say you go raise a seed, do you think you'll do that kind of on a convertible note there in India, or you'll actually try and do a traditional equity round?
So I would probably do it in the US. Again, we happen to be based out of here, but the market is the US. We are a US registered firm. So we would probably do it as an equity round. I haven't honestly thought of it that much. The first round with the angels, we did as a convertible note. We can keep the same terms. I could go either way. So I haven't thought.
Yeah. Deepak, good stuff here. Let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
I actually like Getting Things Done. It's not a favorite. It's not a business book per se, but it helps keep us on track.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
I do like the Microsoft CEO. Oh my God, why am I blanking on it?
Satya Nadella.
Satya Nadella. I do like what he's done with Microsoft.
Yeah. Number three, is there a favorite online tool you have for building your business?
I love Trello. Trello was got by Atlassian, great for tracking stuff.
Number four, how many hours of sleep are you getting every night?
About 6 hours, not too bad.
Okay.
Go up, but 6 hours isn't bad.
And what's your situation? Married, single, do you have kids?
Married with one kid.
One kid. And how old are you?
How old am I? 45.
Yeah, 45. All right, Deepak, last question here. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
I wish I had jumped into the startup game much earlier. I was a little too timid back then. I would say just go for it. Just do it. You don't have to wait.
Guys, just go for it. Don't wait. He would have jumped into the startup game earlier. Several months ago in 2017, he did, launching his company, Adya.io, which again helps you manage and secure your SaaS applications, save time, reduce errors, really secure all this data to save costs at the same time. They currently have about 8 customers paying $100 per month, so $800 per month in revenue. It's too early to talk about unit economics. They've raised about 250 grand in terms of funding thus far, hoping to raise additional capital later on once they hit about 15 grand in monthly recurring revenue. Deepak, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you for having me, Nathan.